lot of people be talking shit about light and love, and it's saying, this light and love, this fluffy light and love stuff. So let's talk about light and love. Let me define light and love for you. Light is another word for information, right? Higher frequency consciousness, right? So we're having consciousness shift of truths, right? We're seeing some heavy shit going on the planet. We're seeing a lot of good happening, people coming together, unifying, right, for human rights. And then we have love, the frequency of love, right? The highest form, the highest frequency. And so there is nothing fluffy about this, because let me explain what happens to a person when they get smacked upside the head with some light and love. You know, when you like living life all ignorant and you just kind of, people say you're responsible for the information that you have, and you don't have that much information because light and love hasn't smacked you. And so you're just walking along and you're doing the Carlton because you're dancing and you're just like you're in the bliss of not knowing. And then all of a sudden, boom, light and love hits you. Everything that you thought was true starts to fall and wither into nothing. The deception and the distortion just starts to die. And everything in you that's not true starts to die. And you feel like you're dying. You start feeling so much stuff going on in your body getting activated because your literal human form starts to shift and mutate, and you feel like you're gonna throw up every other day, and you have headaches and you can't sleep at night because you're now in the ascension program, right? Where you are now shifting and there's nothing you can do to get off the ride because you know, and you're responsible for that knowing. Middle of all of this, all your maternal and paternal stuff that you have gone through, all the stuff that your ancestors left in their DNA and left you in your DNA is now coming up to the surface for you to look at and for you to heal. And you also feel like you're dying in this moment, and you're triggered by your family, and all of a sudden, like, you start seeing them change as well, and your mind's blown. Now that you're more in your divinity, guess what starts to happen? You start to become more sensitive than you already were, and you're a sensitive being. And your gifts start coming through. So you start seeing shit that nobody else sees. You start hearing shit that nobody else hears. And you're like, what is going on? So when people tell me that light and love is that fluffy shit, I beg to differ.